with his crow's feet, but I ain't losing no sleep. I reckon I'll be okay.
Holy
They say
shit.
that I am OG.
Oh my god.
Jake
Sorry.
Cooked.
I've been drinking milk for hours.
Jake's one of those milkaholics. Welcome to the Findings Podcast, everybody.
It's your boy, Jay.
Your boy Z.
And your boy Jay.
Yeah. We're back after a long hiatus.
Yep.
Dude, it was really weird actually not doing it for a week.
Yeah, we
Sex?
skipped a week. You guys probably won't notice because I'm slow on editing these, but we skipped a week. Things are different now.
Z,
Things
you
are
put
different.
in the time to edit these to make them good. And so they're not going to be, there's a bit of a delay. But we're here. Jay's partially queer.
He probably
And
has a boner too.
This is my beer.
I think Jason probably has a boner.
I'm
most of the
icing it.
time.
Bro, blur that out. We're going to get sued.
I'm
Thank you.
icing it.
Thank you.
We'll catch that in post.
It is weird that we haven't had a podcast in, I guess, like, what, 2 weeks? Would it be
Yeah.
2 weeks? 2 weeks
Yeah.
without a pod. So we barely know each other. Jay had a mustache last time. He gave up on it. He let the beard grow.
Dude, it's so much work and I'm so lazy.
Get some wax. Do you have wax? Mustache
I
wax?
do. And I actually thought about putting it in before this, but it's been a long day. Dude,
I
it
get
almost
it.
works without the wax. I mean, it's almost there.
Yeah, that's the oil and grease from not showering. But
What
Jay, you
was
should
it?
get some
Yeah.
mascara for the middle to fill that in so you're not a Chinaman.
You know,
No,
Jay.
because I don't want to be a Hitler with extra.
Jay, you know you could do your old dream facial hairstyle now. I don't know if you forgot about it. But
Probably have.
we used to play back in the day. We would play Rock Band together, and Jason would always be the bassist. And his little bassist guy on Rock Band had this
Racist.
like a mustache that went joink. So like no
Ooh.
beard to it or anything.
So it's like the extended version of what he's going for now.
Yeah, like a mustache to sideburns, but then the beard part's gone. But Jay, you always said that was your dream facial hairstyle.
Is it
Why
still,
did
Jay?
I say that?
I don't know, but you said you would do that if you could do that. Because back
It
then,
just completely disconnects your bottom jaw from your top face.
yeah, because back then you couldn't grow any facial hair. So
Okay, so he was dreaming.
he was dreaming, and he said, "I would have that facial hair if I could. I would love to have that."
Boys, do you know what the worst?
I want to see it next week.
I gotta look into it.
Guys, you know the worst facial hair of any of them? Above just a lone soul patch, bad. You got the chin stripe, bad. The worst facial hair,
You don't like Sugar Ray?
no.
That's Flava Sava.
I mean, I have a
Dude.
soul patch, but it's accompanied with other facial hair. The worst.
No, I was gonna say my barber asks me every time if I want to keep the soul patch long, and I'm like, no, God no. Why are you asking me this?
Gonna braid it or something? What are we doing? No, the worst facial hair is full beard, shaved mustache. It's a lot of
Who
like,
are you?
Oh, the Abe.
Yeah, the Abes. It's a lot of like Russian MMA fighters that are Muslims. Full beard, shaved mustache. I'm like, fuck you, fuck your dad, fuck your aunt.
It's
I
like
don't
those.
It's horrible.
It's like those trans people. Nothing against
Trans.
them in general, but when you see a trans person that's like full like pretty lady mode, but then they like have a beard still. Have you seen any like that?
I've seen him.
Oh, I've seen a number. I mean, that's basically a drag queen.
It's the most confusing boner you'll have. That's for sure.
Confused boner. That's next week's episode.
We got a plan for that episode.
I don't know if that was even worth the risk of bringing up trans people for that horrible joke. Anyway,
Are you saying trans people are a risk?
no? What bringing them up is
I think they're
I
a risk.
know, isn't that weird?
you say one
can't even
wrong
talk about a
thing
group.
and you're fucking donezo.
Well, let me
Well,
say
it's
to
like-
you, I'll give you a 30-second clip it of a movie I watched last night. Boom, two guys locked in a biodome type thing. The world has ended. The last two guys
Oh, biodome.
alive.
Biodome.
Similar. Not biodome.
We almost had it.
I can't remember the name, but two guys, best friends. One was the president of the United States. One was like his dude that helped him. And so they're locked
the
in
dude,
there.
Vice
yeah.
president?
Yeah.
What?
I always wanted to be a president's dude.
So funny enough, the president's dude is a black man. He's not a
Oh, that's funny.
he's actually much smarter than the president. And fuck, I said I would make this 30 seconds.
He's not. God damn it, Jake.
Well,
Some things need to be said.
this is in current times or something, but they have a way of keeping alive, which is they have fish that live in this tank. They reproduce. They've got like 2 males, 2 females. All the females die. All that's left is 2 males. And randomly, one of the males changes its gender, which happens with certain fish like glowfish, bulbfish, shitfish. I can't remember the fish. But some animals can do this. They can be like, oh, with the last 2 males, I'm going to get a pussy so you can fuck it.
Oh, it's the
How
Jenner
perfect.
fish. The Jenner
The,
fish.
the Jenner fish, but it's like an evolutionary type move. And
The unfortunate thing is they tend to kill the other fish by hitting them with their car. I hear.
oh, how did the fish cross the road? I've heard that.
Well, it didn't.
So
Buckle
the
up,
sa-
buckaroo.
the same time that this male fish is turning into a female, the white guy, the ex-president, all of a sudden his dick starts shrinking and he starts to
Shut
grow
the fuck up.
He starts to grow a vagina. He gets tits. His face doesn't change. He's not an attractive woman by any means. He's got scraggly facial hair and like a fuck up swoopy hair.
I mean, shave the beard at least.
I know he eventually does, and
Oh, thank God.
they eventually work through like, the president guy that's a woman. He's now got like the female hormones running through him, and so he's like, maybe we should, for science, try to have a baby. And the guy's like, I'm not a fucking fair. And then they cut it. He was gonna say something else.
Oh, fat
And-
guy. Yeah.
That guy.
That
I
guy.
can.
Yeah.
And they eventually end up fucking, and the dude gets pregnant, and the movie ends.
And the baby
What color's
fucking
the
kills
baby?
itself.
See, what I'm curious about in all that is the baby going to be black? Because
That's what
if
I'm
we're going
saying.
to repopulate,
Yeah, they can't be all white people.
It's
like
not
you
a good way to
guys,
start, though.
yeah, you can't have too many blacks.
I gotta say though, I feel like the writers of this movie just watched that classic sick animation, The Last Two Men on Earth. Do you remember this?
Oh my God. So
you
good.
guys remember this?
I do.
So I'll just urge people out there to search it up. Sick animation, The Last Two Men on Earth. But basically, these guys, God comes and there's, the last two
does.
men on Earth.
Comes?
You know what? They come.
literally
God
does,
doesn't
in a
come.
sense.
No, but there's the
Did
last
before.
two.
Oh,
The
he
last
came.
2 men on Earth, and God comes down and he's like, I need you two to repopulate. And he's like, well, we can't. We're both men. And then he sprinkles on him. And he's like, all right, now you can. And then the guy, it just cuts to just the most gruesome. The guy's just fucking him in the ass.
Oh
And he's
God.
just like, you bald motherfucker.
And you can hear it.
He's just like, yeah, you can hear all the slurps and gurps. And he's like, oh, yeah, you bald motherfucker. And he's like, dude, please stop. This is hard enough. I'm sorry, I gotta talk dirty. Otherwise I can't get off. Oh yeah, you bald piece of shit. And then God comes back afterwards and he's like, and he's just fucking laughing his ass off. And they're like, what? And he's like, that stuff I sprinkled on you, it was nut crust. And then he just flies off. And
Dude, that's how this movie should have ended.
yeah, I feel like
That's how the world is gonna end.
I described the whole thing, so you guys don't need to look it up, but do anyway, because it's better than how I told it.
And it's better than
Also-
the movie I watched because there's like a definitive ending. Like this one, it was like open ended. Does he have the baby? Can he have the baby?
That's kind of true. Did you notice movies nowadays just they kind of do that? Like
Mhm.
it's like, we'll let you interpret what happens. Here you go. Have some
That's
homework.
lazy writing, motherfucker.
Have some homework after this movie's over now.
But the thing is also like this movie, it was like an hour 30, 90 minutes. A good time to build a movie, 90 minutes.
It's perfect.
How many
But
seconds?
That's all you need.
it's either you
I
make
wish
it
I
a
could fuck for 90 minutes.
same, but you
That's all it
either
is.
you either make it a series or a movie because there's only so much you can put into a movie to build the characters and their
Yeah.
and I wanted to see what happened, but they were like, you don't get to see it because it's a movie.
Yeah.
Here's
They
all the
do that with
buildup.
so many movies. It's like you guys knew you needed more time.
That's what was kind of
Come on.
nice. Like that was kind of the original inspiration behind The Walking Dead was the dude said he would always watch these zombie movies and like by the end the people would get good at fighting the zombies and they'd get all badass and then the movie's over. So
He's like,
so he wanted to try to make something that was the continuation of that, but he did it for too long.
he did it for too long. I
Too
mean,
long.
it happens with a lot of different. You getting called, Jay? Because you're vibrating. Is that
Yeah.
an earthquake?
Okay, I
It's
thought that was me.
Chase.
I wasn't sure.
But no,
Chase,
like,
should we just send him a Discord link, see if he shows up?
we probably should. We have to hit on some topics first.
Okay, sorry.
Some pre-discussed topics. Z.
Prenatal.
I mean, number one on the list was when we were in high school. We had a guy that was not really a friend. He was our friend because he was our entertainment. He would like ninja roll down the fucking in the commons and down
We
the
just never
hallways.
bonded with him. Like he was a nice enough guy, but we just never really like
And he had no
had
depth
those
to him.
like deep talks with him or anything. Yeah.
He had no depth. He
Dirty
had
Gothing?
No, but
No,
he's
Brandon
kind of
Kaiser.
another one. Yeah,
Also-
Brandon Kaiser.
Brandon, if you're listening, I like you. I like
Yeah.
Is
you.
he still here?
I don't have anything bad to say about him, really.
But I mean, he was one of those guys, and it happened a lot. Like we had our little friend group, we all knew each other, and then some random person would come in and be like, "I want to be your friend," and we're like, "What do you have to offer?" He's like, "I can ninja roll in a trench coat." We're like, "Let's see it," and then we were like, "That's entertaining. Keep doing that." And we would keep like up in the ante, like roll down these stairs. He was
Which
one of those
wasn't like
guys.
100% like literally what we did, of course
Yeah.
not. But it's
No, I
just-
stayed the night at his house and shit.
And
we were
we're-
kind of
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
I was
What'd you
just gonna
take?
say we were kind of friends with his brother and stuff, and like kind of met him through your brother.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
Z, you had a story about him.
No, I just remember, and it was like the perfect example of us just taking things too far. Just the fact that we could never just enjoy a simple thing, but to shed some light. So he brought his accordion to school one day, and it was really nice. And he had like a really nice case for it. It was just a really expensive, fancy accordion, and he was like playing it for us. I don't think he really knew anything, but that wasn't important to the story. He was playing the accordion for us, and he had like the case on the ground, and the case itself was really nice and fancy. It had some
Who pissed in it, dude?
lining. Yeah, this pretty much. So it started
No.
off, somebody throws in like a nickel. Oh, that's funny. Whatever. Somebody throws in $1 and it just keeps upping the ante. Somebody throws in their hat. Oh, funny. Somebody throws in a fucking candy bar. Oh, that's funny. And then I'm pretty sure it was Justin Pickrell, motherfucking piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Bad guy.
Justin threw in his open chocolate milk to this nice case and just
Oh my fuck.
And it was
spilled
like
all over it. Yeah.
It was like a red velvet, like you know, how, like guitar cases have like that soft cloth. It's very delicate, and he just
Shits on it. And it's just like, I remember thinking that in high school, this is just like typical. Like, this is so typical. Like, we can't just have anything nice.
Yeah.
Like,
somewhat. I mean, it's like the one-up thing. Like someone, and I feel like it was usually Justin that was like, "Ha, I'll one-up all of you. I'll take a shit in his case. I'll do something like that."
Dude, no
Yeah.
impulse control. Serial killer.
Serial
Maybe.
killer.
We'll see. Only time will tell. He hasn't killed anyone yet.
No, not yet.
That we know of.
That's
I mean, that's
true.
always the thing. It's
We all
always
have
like,
our secrets.
maybe.
That's true. I mean, he could be. He's a bit of a sociopath, possibly a psychopath. I'd have to stir it around in my brain for a bit, come to a conclusion. Z, that story doesn't remind me of the story I thought of. It was actually my wife Monica that brought this up out of the blue, like it happens. This was fast forward like 6 years when we were living on like 6th Street. Who lived there? Me, Jay. Z, you didn't live there, right?
No, I was just there a lot.
You were there a lot.
Tyson,
We had
Justin,
Tyson, Justin,
Kylie.
Z Russ.
Did
Wait,
Tyson
no,
live there officially, though? I thought it was you, Chase,
I don't think.
Dustin, and Jake. I thought that was the official lineup.
Yeah. The 4 of us boys with our ladies. So we had Monica, Kylie, Jay. I don't think you were with Tia yet, were you?
He was later, right?
I was while I was there, but it wasn't until later that she started staying with me.
Okay. So it was around that era.
Underage.
And this is when I think it was Justin and Tyson started this weird. I mean, we were there helping Justin, but he had this idea.
Everybody is.
Huh?
Everybody is. It takes a village.
It takes a village. Justin had this genius plan of let's start posting on Craigslist fake ads with Tyson's phone number. And it started.
My God.
Oh shit, I remember this.
It started out super simple, like pots and pans for free, and we would give him the number and address and say like first come first serve. And so people would be knocking on Tyson's door being like, I'd like to claim the pots and pans, but it escalated. Like I remember we like it went on for a good while. And the last 2 I remember, we posted free shotgun.
Oof.
And we posted Tyson's address. So all these fucking boys with their Bud Lights are like, I'm gonna get this fucking shotgun. And there was like 7 cars outside their apartment knocking on their door, arguing with each other. I was here first.
This was before
Okay, I don't remember this.
Kid Rock, so we didn't have, I mean, not before Kid Rock, but before he told us we can't like Bud Light anymore.
That's true. Before the LGBTQA
Plus.
We'll end it there. No, the final one was when Tyson he fired back after the shotgun incident, because we would always post these things at like 9:30 p.m. So by the time the people saw them, it took them a minute to get their gear and drive over, and it was always a shit show. But I remember Tyson posted free like sectional couches, and he posted a picture of like a nice sectional. And this couple drove from like Rexburg or St. Anthony. It
Oh,
was like an
no.
hour drive. And they were like newlywed with a baby. And
Oh.
they drove to our house and knocked on our fucking door for like an hour and a half. It was like 10:30 by the time they finally left. And it was so sad. Like this poor new family was like, we would love these couches. And we're like, we're all hiding with the lights off. Like, there's no couches.
You just
But-
gotta tell
Wow.
them like your friend's an asshole.
Yeah, it's too rough. But Monica also reminded me of this. We would do the Craigslist ads on purpose. And the people, I think this is when we lived at Jay's dad's house. The people would come over and Chase would be standing in his boxers and he would just piss his pants.
I
Like, as soon-
remember
As
that.
soon as they came in the door, and it would just freak him the fuck out. And we would like give him the runaround for like
Oh.
30, 40 minutes of being like, we just have to find the thing that we said we would give to you. And we're all like walking around and just like
Where's
confusing
that
the fuck out of these
98
people.
compact computer? Goddamn.
And we just like, we didn't do this for like footage or anything. We didn't fucking
I wish we
record
did.
these. Like, that's so
Dude.
dumb.
It was all entertainment. We just fucked with
Dude,
people. It
Just
was
for
fun.
ourselves. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's genius shit. That's so fucking funny.
We should have
I
recorded
do
it.
remember the guy showing up and Chase just pissed his fucking underwear.
He's just standing there all weird, not looking at him, and then just pisses on the floor. And the guy's like, yeah, like, could I get that box set?
Dude,
Matchbox 20?
holy fuck. For one, I think we need to give Chase a little bit of props for his acting abilities
Yeah,
because
he played it well.
holy fuck. Can you even piss yourself on purpose? That's the hardest thing
Dude.
ever.
So fucking crazy.
Like right now,
Yeah.
I have to piss so fucking bad. And if you
Same.
were to tell me to just like piss in my pants, there's no way.
There's no way.
Dude,
I just
I
can't
am
even
not
do
a
it. There's
public
like a
peer
block.
or shitter. I cannot.
I'm not an in my pants peer or shitter.
I can piss
Well, I mean-
myself if I'm in like a lake.
Well,
Oh
fair.
yeah, it takes me a minute, but I can do it.
Well, you gotta like
piss.
tell your body, like, no, it's okay. We're in a toilet right now.
I know.
We're in the toilet. We're in a giant toilet.
It's
I
cool,
bet
man.
Mother Earth just really appreciates the hell out of that. She's
I'm
like,
sure.
yeah, piss in my mouth.
She's a
She
nasty
doesn't give a
bitch.
fuck. She wants everything, man. Shit in her fucking ear holes.
Dick in her ass.
What would her ear
Dick
holes
in her
be?
ass, like Jake says, the most scandalous thing in town.
Dick in her ass.
Have you guys heard the? Sorry, that would have derailed everything, and it did.
You reel it.
It's
I was
been
gonna say,
derailed.
have you? I know. I stopped just a little bit too late there, dude. I don't know why you said the ear thing, and I was like, where would the ear holes of Earth be? But then it made me think of. I read this thing about giant fucking spiders in Antarctica, and I'm like, spiders don't
What?
live in Antarctica. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
I'm calling
apparently there
bullshit.
are actually spiders that swim in the ocean and in Antarctica. What the fuck? What the fuck? Am I
All
safe
right.
nowhere from spiders?
You can't
I'm
even
getting it.
hide in the ocean, brother.
Dude, and that's where I would
Spiders.
run. And they would be like, oh, dude, this is my turf. Yeah, boy.
Like, oh, now us fucking weird ice spiders will just get you, dude. It's cool.
Oh my god, and what does that do to you? I don't know what
Oh, Jay. And Antarctica.
Closer to the mic, Jake.
and shark shits.
Antarctica sea spiders are found all the way along the coast of Antarctica at depths of more than 1,800 meters, which times that by 3. I can't do the math. We'll say 5,000.
It's almost a
feet.
mile or about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, guys.
Wait,
While they
Yeah.
certainly look like a spider, their dicks are bigger than the humans, average humans.
Is that for real? Because the last part I don't believe.
They just got these big hangers.
Well, I wanted to know, like,
Or
aren't there-
average.
aren't there ice spiders on Diablo 2?
In ice caverns, yeah.
So
I
Diablo
mean, that game's
2,
realistic as fuck.
that's what I was gonna say. Diablo 2 might be more realistic than we originally thought, you guys.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Do you think we can go out and find gargantuan beasts?
What I think we should do is go to our sponsor, probably our favorite sponsor. Let's hit it, boys.
Rick Sturdy
Swans,
Jeans?
baby.
We'll see who it is. Guys, I'm gonna pee.
Same.
Piss my
Whether you're on the job or being a hot babe, if you have to poop your pants, you need some dirty jeans. Rick's got you covered. Rick's the only jeans with the patented poop protection, so you can shit yourself on the job and just keep going. Rick's Dirty Jeans. Rick's
Got
Dirty
it.
Jeans. We're back.
Yeah.
again.
We got our boy Chase back. We called him
Chase.
Yo.
from
What's
the
up, motherfucker?
reserves. We called him in. Things got a little too hairy in here. We needed to get some backup.
Yeah,
He
we
stopped
weren't
fighting fires for us.
we weren't just talking about the size of our penises. We were warming up for the second half of the podcast.
We're adults.
With
We never talk
intellectual
about penises.
We really
I
don't.
wasn't gonna bring it up.
Why? Why not?
Well, I'm not in the fucking TP crew, bro.
TP crew.
The
Pitching a
teepees.
tent. Is that where you're going with
The
that?
toilet paper crew, bro.
Oh, it's DP gang. Chase, shout out.
I don't hang out with cucumbers.
Yeah, dude.
That might
You
have
do
to be
gotta
a
get fully
Patreon.
hard and try to touch each other's pelvises.
Yeah, dude, I'm like Patreon special. I think
We compare dicks.
Jake and Chase need to get fully hard, whoop, and fucking pull
I
out
mean,
the tape measure, and we'll
And
see
see if
who's
you
really
can
the
stuff your
winner.
dick into a mason's
We
jar.
gotta go back to
That's the
back.
second part.
TP gang, toilet paper roll gang.
Dude, but it's
Dude,
about
you guys are
durability,
probably
too.
paper towel gang.
It's the same width.
Is it?
Yeah, what if our dicks are
It
the
is.
exact same measurement all the way around, Jake?
Dude, that would be actually really cool.
It would be pretty fucking cool.
It would
Yeah, you
explain
guys
why
could blindfold your wives.
why
Oh.
Yeah, that's a strike.
Cut it. Cut it.
No,
cut
that's
it.
a fucking cut for sure. But
No, that's fun.
God
Wait.
damn it.
My boys, I was thinking about this because we had Chase on last moment.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember?
Always.
I mean, to the fans, we have some like unbelievable childhood, teenhood, early adulthood because we have so many crazy fucking stories. Chase pissing his pants on purpose in front of someone that came to buy like a sewing machine on Craigslist. Boys, what about the era of us breaking into abandoned buildings downtown IF?
Oh my
Good
god,
times.
dude.
Building hopping.
I didn't
Jason and
do
I
a
made
lot.
a lucrative escape from that.
Yeah, dude, we did.
Didn't you guys get? I mean, you guys broke into a building and stole a bunch of like really expensive like knives and hatchets and shit, right?
We did
Well,
allegedly.
people
we did.
say that we did. I've heard stories. but
Allegedly, it's a story. Didn't actually happen. But if it were to
Alleg-
happen,
Yeah, I saw some gangly tall fuck on the news with his short buddy. And you know, I kind of thought it was you guys.
Yeah,
Dude.
that happened.
how did that go down?
I think what you're talking
That was-
about is two cops across the street, and these guys brought down some a whole drum set, in the winter, sliding down an
Oh,
ice vent.
dude,
Wait,
and
was that
you saved me, right, Jay?
No, Jake saved me once before that.
No,
Wait,
that
what?
night when we were
What are
still
you talking
drum set,
about?
which one of us slid? Was it me or you?
Stealing a
Did
drum
you?
set, allegedly, maybe.
okay? Hold on,
Yeah,
You guys,
hold on,
the
hold on.
audience is so confused. What are you talking about?
So there was one specific building in downtown Idaho Falls, which is like the old historic downtown, where there's like a bunch of abandoned buildings. We would break into them, but like our favorite one, there was like this weird, like you climbed a ladder, you get on the roof, and there's this weird like slide thing. I'm sure there's a staircase built below it, but this is like the roof of it, and it's this big like white slick slide basically, and you had to like climb up it, and it was like 15 feet long, and then once you pass that you could get into the building, right? Are we talking about the same thing?
I remember
Yep.
that.
it was, yeah.
Then you're on top of the building and you have to go across the gap that goes all the way 2 stories
Dude, that
down.
gap was scary.
So scary every time, especially in the winter. I mean,
It was like a
that's
4
wild.
foot gap between buildings with like a 20-foot drop, and so you had to like
Oh, dude,
launch your way
that was
into
fucking
the
scary. It was like
Yes.
Spider-Man.
But now we made
Dude.
it into that building, we explored it, and then you guys found a drum set or something, or we found a drum set. I don't remember this.
So
Yeah, we all
we
found it
all saw the
together.
drum set. It was there for a while, and none of us ever thought to even take it. We just kind of left it there. But then one time, Chase and I went there, and we were like, let's fucking take this thing, dude. Let's finally fucking take it. And so we took the whole drum set. Not bad. And the whole time that we were doing it, there were two cops outside pulling people over on separate parts of this street, like this, like in front of us. So what we had to do was super slowly lower them down. And didn't we do it with rope?
Yeah, we had rope, and one of us, no, so from what I remember happened is we were up there and you hopped down and we got all the drum pieces out on the roof.
Yep.
And then I would lower them down to you with the rope and you would put them in
Yeah.
the car. But those
Yeah.
cops pulled the people over and it was like right where they could see us. So we had to stop forever while they were giving them a ticket or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting out there. It was the dead of winter and we were freezing our asses off. And then the cop fired, and then we finished the dirty deed.
Also, this was like on
Allegedly.
the busiest roads in like old downtown. It was Yellowstone and Broadway. Like we were
Dude.
right at the corner of that. That's where
yeah.
we would go sneaking in.
Dude, it was
What
it
happened
was
to that drum
insane.
set?
Yeah, I'm like, did we play it on that drum set?
Oh
ever?
yeah, we played a shit. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
What
I
that
drum
was
don't
the
set
one that
remember
we
it.
had after
In the Cadence Jam Room, yo.
JC stole mine.
Oh shit, really? Wait, Cadence
Yeah.
Jam Room was
I thought we had Taylor Hawkins drum set after that.
yeah, Cadence
Well,
Jam Room was pre-drums. It was only guitar. That was Justin's old house. Are you talking Jay's basement?
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
like
so.
Cadence
y'all
Jam
called
Room.
that the Cadence Jam Room for a minute. That's
Okay.
what I knew.
No, you're right.
It was probably just a reference to the throwback that I didn't know back.
I love that someone abandoned a drum set because it was literally like the building we broke into was it like an abandoned apartment complex, or like what would it have been?
It looked like it, and who knows? People might still be living there, dude. It's so scary.
Dude,
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
creepy-
terrifying.
Dude, I was just the guy when we went into these places, everyone would be all spooked out, worried about ghosts and random shit like that. And then I would just go in and like run and hide somewhere.
You'd fuck with this.
Every time I'd run and hide somewhere and just try to fuck with you guys. Cause I was just Mr. Logical And I
not
was like,
scared of
there's
ghosts
no
or-
ghosts. We're good.
Dude, I
Blah,
was
blah,
worried
blah,
about
blah, blah.
people.
But Z,
Yeah, you were worried about logical things, but in my head, I thought you guys were all worried about ghosts and shit.
Well,
Z,
shit, it made it fun to pretend ghosts and shit were there most of the time.
I get that.
Yeah.
You like hype it up to just kind of like make it more fun.
and also
Like
that
Sweden?
building was not scary. It was not really that scary. We made it fun. The building that was scary. Anyone remember?
New Sweden,
New
dude.
Sweden.
New
New
Sweden Elementary.
Yeah.
Fine, bro.
It was the elementary school that my dad went to. And
Oh,
he was
weird. I
born-
didn't know that.
Yeah, he was born in 62, so like mid to late 60s. He's going
Yeah,
there.
that's the same year my dad was born.
Really? They're
Yeah.
both dead,
that's fine.
so
Sorry to cut you off. I just thought that was interesting.
My dad
No, I
was
just had-
born in 60. He's
Chase,
older.
I was celebrating that our dads are both dead. Born 62, both dead.
Yeah, they probably
Yay.
each other. They were both from Idaho Falls their whole life, born the
I
same
know.
year.
They probably came up on each other a couple times. Came on
Oh.
each other.
They
I hope
probably
they
fu-
came on each other.
That's why you and I kind of look alike. Some people say our dads probably
Some
fuck.
people, same dick. Some people
Yes,
say
big dick. When your dads fuck each other, you all get big dicks.
everybody's got a big dick. They handed him
Dude,
out.
my dad was not getting fucked by anybody.
Your dad's a vampire, bro.
Yeah, you can't get fucked.
Dude, vampires.
Well, then he should have
He was
thousands
getting-
of
he was
years
doing
of
fucking.
dicks.
Yeah, vampires fuck the best.
The thing is,
Maybe he's a
vampires
bottom.
don't need big
bad.
dicks. They live forever. They don't reproduce.
But dude, think
want big
about it. If
fans.
my dad's a bottom, does it go down every time?
No, the vampires don't fuck. They bite.
They fuck.
I would bite while I was fucking for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'd have to.
times have changed, Jay.
You
But
can tell Jake hasn't watched What We Do in the Shadows yet.
I haven't.
I've been trying to get him for months,
He
years.
has started
maybe.
watching Barry, and
What
so
We Do in the
I will
Shadows.
watch it. I
Yes.
will watch it.
Vampires do fuck. Watch that show. You'll know.
But
Vampire fuck.
boys, do you guys
Mhm.
remember the time we were hanging out at Cameron Braziz and
We
we
walked into
walked.
Sweden.
we walked to New Sweden?
Yeah.
Who was it that was with me? We walked around the corner of New Sweden. That was
I-
you, Jay.
I'd imagine Brett.
Got you. I remember this vividly.
If we were
Dude.
with Cameron Brzee, it was probably Brett.
Brett was there. I think it was Jay and
Brett
I.
was there, but he wasn't with us. No.
Did we walk?
I
around the-
remember this, dude. I can picture every detail.
Same. It was the scariest moment of my adolescence. We walked around the side of a building and we heard this crazy, and it was like in the corner where you couldn't see of the building. We heard this crazy, like blood curdling scream.
Oh,
It was so
But
like
dude, this is what's weird about this story. We walked back there. We looked behind us. There's this big metal catwalk that was disassembled, like just a structure of metal that was all mangled looking. And then we're looking at the wall of the building, and on the ground, there's these huge black bag things. And
Yes.
we're kind of just eyeing them down, looking at them. And then before anything even happened, Jake and I looked at each other like, what the fuck? But nothing had happened. But then literally like 2 seconds later, we hear this, like, it sounded like a woman / animal blood
Yes.
curdling scream. It was fucking insane. And
It was so fucking scary.
dude,
And it
ugh.
was so loud, and like it wasn't like, oh, did you hear that thing over there? Or because like when you get into New Sweden, there's bats that are in there. And so New Sweden
Bats?
is, yeah, it's an abandoned elementary school. And so you could when you go down in there, you hear the bats like chirping or whatever bats do. I don't think they chirp, they like merp or something. But it
what do
sounds
you
like
do? What do you do, Chase? Bats? Sorry.
Chase. But no, it sounded like little kids laughing. like the way that it sounded was spooky in itself, and it was like, oh,
Like the
and we like,
intro of Diddy Kong Racing.
dude, but it was like so something you would see from a movie where you would walk into the classrooms and we all have our like phone lights or whatever, and there's a classroom, all the desks still lined up, the chalkboard, like everything untouched. It was
Last
like
thing written, shit, graffiti. Fucking
yeah, it was spooky as fuck, and the gymnasium was super fucking scary. Nothing scarier than that sound that Jay and I heard. It was like a
Nah.
shrill fucking squeal of a woman beast, kind of like a kid. Dude, we fucking hightailed it. I've never run faster than that. That was
No,
fucking
same.
terrifying. And we were like spooked for days after that. Like we had to recover.
It's just like, well, I mean, just how do you explain it?
It was like
we're shining our lights on the catwalk behind us, looking through it. Like we were there for a while before it happened. We were looking around, and then all of a sudden, just fucking this crazy sound that we both, for some reason, knew was coming somehow. Like it was fucking
Yeah.
weird.
We were spooked.
it was like the ending of the haunted house episode of Kenny versus Spenny. That's what it sounds like.
Oh no! Stop it! What the fuck was that? What the fuck happened? What?
That, and it was also similar to 9/11. Like you didn't see it coming, but you kind of saw it coming.
I didn't
And
see
you
my
knew who
dad
did it?
coming.
Oh,
That was all.
I did.
okay. I've seen him do it a couple times. Chase, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, dude.
New Sweden's scary as fuck. I mean, I feel like I remember that story. I thought somebody puked because of this, like around when you guys were there, and we all were like, it was when we were big into Mothman, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
Mothman."
Oh, dude, then it was probably you.
And do you guys remember how we
You were
got
so superstitious.
I queefed into a megaphone.
Yeah, I wasn't superstitious, but I was a little stitious.
But Z,
The
did you go
Office.
into
Hey. Sorry.
that was a good reference. Sorry, I
Sorry.
talked over it.
No,
Z,
you
did you go into that school?
Yeah. That
Do you
was one
remember
of the...
how
Sorry, what?
do you remember how you got into that school?
No. I
You had
don't
to
remember.
like there was like some hatch and you had to drop into like the basement of the school.
Mm.
And so someone had to go first. Dude, it was fucking terrifying. I still
Yeah,
don't wanna do
somebody
it.
had to crawl down to like through the gymnasium basically, and you had to crawl down, and then you had to go find the door, and nobody knew if we were going to be able to actually fucking open the door. We just did it, and then we did, thank God, but everything was boarded off. We had to rip boards off and shit.
Yeah, to
and
open the front doors. And the
dude,
wild
it
thing
was
is
sketch.
they just like I mean it was probably like 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago that they were like, all right. And they like ripped down that school. I don't know if they rebuilt anything,
Bad day.
but for like 40
Dude.
years that school stood as it was in like the 60s. Like the monkey bars are like 10 feet tall. Like all the all like the playground was like, yeah, it's the 60s. Like our kids can
Dude,
fall.
do you remember the basement with the fucking furnace with 1,000 dolls in it? I
Yep.
mean, how is this not brought up yet?
And there's kids'
no
clothes
joke.
everywhere.
Fucking creepiest thing
Fucking
ever.
shit. New Sweden was like where building hopping all kind of started. It was like the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
New Sweden was the first time I ever hung out with Brett Hawkins. And it was all fucking weird because I hung out with him alone because we all had this plan to go building hopping, and then everybody like bailed out last second. But Brett and I still wanted to go
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
up, and we went to New Sweden together. Just broke in, hung out the first time doing that.
I remember that.
It was pretty
You guys
fun.
told me about it.
But then building hopping got out of control.
Yeah.
Like Jay back was saying, Jay and I allegedly on the news. That was allegedly us. That was fucking nuts. That night because we were like basically allegedly breaking into like as many schools in the area as we could. Like it was just fun to like count them off the list. Like, and we go to this one. Jay parks his car. We go in. We're walking around looking for our point of entry. Then we get in through the roof and we climb down this ladder through it. Like the hatch just opened, it was unlocked, and we climbed down this ladder into the auditorium. And I remember we found like a Halloween mask down there, Jay, or something. It was all dark, and we're like walking around. And then
There's a remote control for a TV on a TV wheel
Weird
stand. We were in the auditorium, yeah.
And then
And-
when we stepped into the hallway, as soon as we put a foot through, the alarm just.
Oh.
This is what's fucked up. It
Jay
wasn't
was
when
a
we opened the
boss.
door. It was we walked down the hall, and so we thought, okay, we opened the door, we're good. We crossed this T, and as soon as you cross the T, just shit
and then
starts
Jay
going
fucking-
off.
Jay turned into the fucking ultimate master of getting us out of there quick. I just followed his lead, and he just starts hauling ass, not even knowing where these doors go, and somehow gets us out the perfect door facing right where his car is.
Nice,
So we
Jay.
both haul ass.
Go, Jay.
And I remember watching Jay hit this. There was like a little chain link fence. Well, little for me. Jay, it was probably massive.
Yeah.
Everything was.
Jay, he was ahead of me, and I just remember seeing him. He hits that fence with his body and does one of those gangster, like where you just use your center of gravity to like bounce over the fence.
Nice,
Like,
Jay.
Dude, it was unreal.
and then we get into his car and bolt out. And then yeah, we were on the news. There's all that footage, and that was sketchy as hell. And yeah, good times, man.
It's funny that was like a good time for us back then. It's like just
Shit ends
skirting
still
in between
now.
breaking the law. I mean, we were breaking the law, breaking into any abandoned building.
Yeah.
Like, what was that
We-
big like auditorium space in old downtown? You guys
Dude,
remember that?
And that was supposedly haunted as fuck with the bathrooms in the downstairs with the torn up basement.
Yes, dude. And standing out there, there was a big stage. It was like an old school, like they would have like plays and shit there. That shit was probably, well, I wouldn't say scarier than New Sweden.
I don't know. I never did go behind the curtain, I realize.
I don't think I did either. But it was
I
literally,
never
it
even
was
thought about it.
It was such like you would see it in a movie. Like the front doors would open, and they have like the ticket place where you'd purchase your tickets, and then it just opens up to just a huge rows of seats and then a stage. And dude, why the fuck was it kept like that for years?
You could do so much with it, but they wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, broke maybe, but it's like, what a waste of space, you know?
I know. I'm sure it's like a Wendy's or
Carl's
something
Jr.
now.
now.
We're on the same page. No, it's wild.
Dude, but now I kind of wish I would have gone behind that curtain. I wonder what would have been there. You know what I mean?
Dude, I do, and I remember those fucking bathrooms downstairs.
Oh, so fucking creepy.
One of us
I
broke
got
one of
nervous
the
when we
mirrors.
went there.
Do you remember
Ugh,
that shit?
Nope. Was it Chase? Because I feel like if it's anybody,
Chase,
I
do
don't
you
think I-
recall this place?
Spot. No, I don't. I mean, maybe.
dude, it was
the-
literally right next to where we got the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the inside is like the
Allegedly.
big open auditorium area, and then
Yeah.
like was like the glass windows at the front where you could buy tickets.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that spot. That spot is creepy as hell.
Dude,
Yeah,
it was
dude,
so
it's
weird
so
that it was
fucking
just
scary.
kept untouched for years. Like,
I don't think
why?
So
Yeah.
I feel like Idaho Falls had no like intentions to ever grow. They didn't realize it was
Yeah.
ever and now they're like, oh shit. So they're starting to get it together and get better. They need to take care of all their damn potholes, though. I'll say that.
Yeah. Heck,
That's a
Ad
strike.
coming out.
Oh yeah, I just burned the whole
That's a
city.
strike.
That's not a strike.
I'm trying to find a
Oh.
strike.
I love after that conversation, you're like, they gotta take care of their potholes, though.
Dude, Jay, remember when you had me help you combat potholes for your uncle?
Yeah,
We all
and
had that petition and it worked.
I bet you he would like you to do it again.
All right. I'm game, dude. Fuck potholes.
Everybody out there,
Dude.
Jay, how do we get the word out? Tell our audience.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'd have to look into it. Next episode, we're helping my uncle out. Anybody that can, dude, just send in pictures that I'll give you, but don't use all of them. You gotta use,
Can I just like
You gotta
take a
keep
picture
it-
of a pothole here?
Yeah, you could Google pothole picture.
Well, I'll include the pictures we need. I'll send them to Zach and he'll put them up. And then you just take pictures of a road that's pretty damn similar, or find one or something. I mean, it won't be that hard. And be like, this needs to be fixed. I am so sick of these potholes. Every time I drive down this road, I get cats in my suspension and dogs in my retention. I don't get time for this.
Ooh, I like that
No
saying.
one likes a dog in their retention.
I
Yeah,
have that
use your
tattooed
own
on my back.
words. But no, seriously, it literally is like it goes out to his house only. So it's like pretty screwed up that they're like, oh, we don't got to deal with it. We're good.
It doesn't
Is he
matter.
the one who fucks it up though? Then.
Yeah. Also,
no.
like, what's your?
It
uncle
goes
doing?
out to a hunting or like where people shoot guns and ride dirt bikes and stuff.
Okay, but he's the only one that lives out there.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
driving fucking Mad Max vehicles through with like blades on the front and shit, just
Peeling
chopping up
out
the
shit in
road.
the dirt road. And
He's
Just
Mad
turn it
Maxing.
up.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Fuck
it's a-
your uncle.
Come
Fuck
on,
your uncle.
Dale.
Hey,
I'm not
dude.
signing shit for him. I don't trust him.
Dude, shut your fucking
Like
face,
shit.
Uncle Fucker.
Oh, I
He's a
like
good
to have a
dude.
perfect road every year, so I fuck it up so that they rebuild it. Yeah, I seen this. I seen it.
Yeah, dude. It's like basically like road abuse. So you don't care about that road. You don't treat
Exactly.
it right.
And
You
now a
expect it.
word from our sponsor.
Plot from Last House on the
Can we
Left.
get a sponsor that fills in potholes?
Make one up. I mean, we'll get a new one.
We could
Yeah,
do
dude,
like
they pay us.
a hippie group.
Jack's.
Potheads for potholes.
Heads for
Jack's-
potholes.
I was gonna say Jack's hole filler.
Jack's hole.
It's always got to be like a person's name and
I
something.
didn't
He'll
even-
fill your holes, black or white.
It's just,
Dude, Jake and I, you know how Jake and I fill potholes with our hot poles?
yeah, with your big hot poles. I don't want to hear it.
Hog
can
poles,
fill
dude.
Jay and I
hog
can
roast.
maybe
Hot
fucking,
holes.
we'll fill up a shampoo bottle, maybe, if we can fit.
Jake and I technically have like industrial sized dicks.
Yeah,
So it's like when we come, it actually is cement.
you
So we
guys,
could just fill potholes by jerking it all day. Like,
Yep.
you guys got
I-
that fucking industry dick.
Yep.
industry.
We've got that market
Commercial
cornered.
size
Yeah, that commercial dong.
or industrial size.
Industrial
commercial.
dongs. Industrial
Some people-
dongs. That's the fucking title of this one.
Industrial donks. Wait, are we still
Industrial-
recording?
Yeah.
We have to be to get that in.
Good.
We should
gotta
probably
have
send our
industrial
farewells.
dongs.